Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss Patyakalpana, that is the dietary preparations explained in our Samhitas. In the first session we have discussed the kalpanas like manta, peya, etc. In this session we are going to discuss the remaining portion. So this is an important shloka explained in Vaidya Jivanam regarding the importance of patya. That is, patye sati gadartasya kim aushada nishevanam, patye asati gadartasya kim aushada nishevanam. Explained by Vaidya Jivanam, written by Vaidya Lolimbaraja. So, the difference is sati and asati. Many shlokas are there in our classics or in Sanskrit literature like this. So, here, if a patient, suppose a patient intakes wholesome food, then there is no need of medicine for him. On the other hand, that is, if a patient continuously consumes unwholesome food and also taking medicines, in that case also the medicine will not be effective. That is, kim aushadha nishevanam means there is the medicine will not be effective in the later case. Okay. This is very important. You can quote this shloka in essay. That is, if an essay is asked in your exam, you can quote this in the introductory portion itself. Okay. Patye sati gadartasya kim aushadha nishevanam. Patye asati gadartasya kim aushadha nishevanam. So let's discuss Yavagu. Yavagu, the etymology is yu mishrane. Mishrane means it is a mixture. So what is composed of this? That is, it is a composition, it is a mixture of drava and sikta. So when compared to that is peya that we have discussed already, Yavagu is a little bit thicker preparation. Here the preparation, if you go through the Samanya Lakshanam explained by Shivdasan, that is Drava Sikta Samanyudattameva Yavagu Samanya Lakshanam. So it is a mixture of Drava and Sikta. Sikta means the cooked rice. Okay. It is prepared by boiling 1 part of tantula with 6 parts of water over mild fire until the rice particles are cooked completely. So as I already told you, that is, it contains more portion of sikta than peya and has more thicker consistency also. In case of peya, we are using how much quantity of water? We are using 14 times of water, isn't it? But here the ratio of water is decreased. It is only 6 part. So the resultant mixture will be a little bit thicker. Now let's discuss the reference. So first one, that is Sikter Virahito Mandaha Peya Sikta Samanyudaha Vilepi Bahu Sikta Syad Yavagur Virala Drava. According to Sushruta Acharya, he explains all the 4 preparations in a single shloka. There is a Padabheda for the second line of this shloka, that is Yavagur Bahusikta Syad Vilebi Virala Drava. So you should note that in your textbook you can see both these references. Okay. Then the preparation method, that is ratio Yavagu Shadguna Jale Siddha. And the properties Yavagur Grahini Balya Tarpani Vatanashini. So Yavagu is causing nourishment to our body and hence it is pacifying Vata also. Okay. Let's consider the indicated conditions of Yavagu. In case of before Sira Veda, that is if we are doing Rakta Moksha, we will give Yavagu for the patient before as a Purva Karma. So, and in case of Garbhini, Unmadavastha, in Mandagni, Trishna, all these disease conditions, Yavagu is indicated. If we go through the Samhitas, we can see the indication of Yavagu there. Let's discuss the types of Yavagu. Mainly we can see various types of Yavagos in our literature, but the main classification, main types are Kalka Siddha Yavagu, Kvada Siddha Yavagu, Mamsarasa Siddha Yavagu. The other varieties like Dugdha Tandule Yavagu, Gridha Tandule Yavagu also you can see in the classics. The Kalka Siddha Yavagu, here the gruel or the Yavagu is prepared with by adding certain paste of medicines. And in case of Kvada Siddha Yavagu, we are preparing the decoction of medicines, and in that we are cooking the rice. Hence it is known as Kvada Siddha Yavagu or Kvada Sadhya Yavagu. Then Mamsarasa Siddha Yavagu. Here we are preparing or cooking the rice in a meat soup. Hence it is known as Mamsarasa Siddha Yavagu. Among the three types, the Kvada Siddha Yavagu is having a little bit importance, because we are utilizing this Kvada Siddha Yavagu in various conditions. You can see the references of certain Yavagus like Koshatakyadi in Agada Tantra, in Visha Chikilsa, and we are utilizing this in Varsha Charya, Varshakala, that is in Karkadaga Chikilsa. We are using this Karkadaga Kanni preparation. It is very famous among the common man. That is, there we are utilizing this Kvada Siddha Yavagu. There we are processing the rice with by adding certain Aushadha Dravyas. How it is preparing, the classical reference for that is from Kvada Siddha Yavagu. That is, there we have to take 4 parts of Kvada Dravya. Then it should be boiled with the 64 pala of water, and then it should be reduced to half. To that 1/6 part of rice is to be added and prepare the Yavagu. Yavagu Shadguna Jale Siddha. By considering that we have to add 1/6 part of rice. But there is an opinion difference when we go through the Vyakhyana of Sharngadhara Samhita. That is, instead of this 4 pala, there it is given that 1 pala should be taken, because if we are taking 4 part of Kvada Dravya, it may result in Aruji due to the Dravya Bahulya. Okay, because we are taking this as an ahara. Okay, so if it is having a greater bitterness or having a disagreeable odor of all these drugs, then it will be difficult for the patient to take that. So considering that, we have to adjust the ratio or adjust the quantity of Kvada Dravya to 1 pala. So that is the reason. That is, it may, in order to avoid the aruji, we can adjust that. Here, Sadhyam Chadushpalam Dravyam. We have to take 4 pala of drugs. Chadushashti Pale Ambuni. 64 pala of water is to be added. Tat Kvadena Ardhashishtena. We have to reduce that to half. And in that Kvada, we have to prepare the Yavagu by adding 1/6 part of rice. Yavagum Sadhayet Ghanam. Ghanam indicates the thicker consistency of Yavagu. Then the next opinion, that is Vriddha Vaidya Palam Dravyam. You have to take, instead of 4 pala, you have to take 1 pala Dravya. Grahayantya Adage Ambasi. Adaga means 4 prastha, that is equivalent to 64 pala. So Beshajasya Ati Bahulyad Kadajit Arujir Bhaved. Why we are taking 1 pala? Due to the aruji created by the bahulya of Aushadha, we are adjusting that to 1 pala. Okay, got it. Now let's consider the next kalpana, that is Vilebi. Vilebi, the etymology is Vilip Upadehe. Lip Upadehe means which is creating a coating over the body like that. So in case of Vilebi, it will be much thicker, or it will be coating in the darvi. That is why this etymology, that is vilip upadehe. Vilepi bahu sikta syad, according to Sushrutacharya. Then the ratio is, we are cooking 1 part of rice in 4 parts of water and boiled over mandagni. So it will be much solid in consistency. Only 4 parts of water is adding. So the liquid part will be almost absent in Vilepi. But there is a slight difference with when compared to Anna, that we are going to discuss. So it acts as Vatanulomaga, Tarpaga means Tripti Janana, Grahi, Lagu and Hridya. Vilepi Ghanasikta Syad Siddha Nire Chaturgune Tarpani Brahmani Hridya Madura Pittanashini. This is the reference. Vilepi Pittanashini. Yavagu is Vatanashini. Here Vilepi is Pittanashini. So this is all about Vilepi. Now let's discuss Annam or Odanam. Annam or Odanam, that is the nirukti is ad, which means to eat. So Annam or Odanam is a material that which is an eatable thing. And synonyms are Bhaktam, Annam, Kuram, Andho, Bissa, Didivir, Odanaha. And then these synonyms are given in Kayyadeva Nigandu Kritana Varga. The nirukti of some of the synonyms are Adu Bhakshane iti Annaha, Bhaja Sevayam iti Bhaktam, Undi Kledane iti Odanam, according to Amarakosham. Let's consider the method of preparation of Odana or Anna. According to Shargadhara, 4 parts of rice is cooked in 14 times of water. Then we have to drain the liquid portion when the rice particles are completely or properly cooked. There is a difference of opinion in case of the ratio of water. That is, in Sushruta and Bhapragasha, it is mentioned that 5 times of water is to be taken. And in Kayyadeva Nigandu, 10 times of water is mentioned. So you should note the difference. That is, we are according to Shargadhara, we are taking 4 parts of rice. That is also a difference when compared to other preparations that we have already discussed. That is, in case of Manda, Peya, Vilebi, all those preparations, we are taking 1 part of rice. But here Shargadhara Acharya mentioned 4 parts of rice, and it is to be cooked in 14 times of water. Okay. And according to Sushruta and Bhaprakasha, 5 times of water, and in Kayyadeva Nigandu, 10 times of water. Now let's go through the references. Jale Chadurdasha Gune Tandulanam Chadushpalam. 14 times of water. The rice is to be taken is 4 pala, Chadushpalam. Vipachet, we have to cook that. Sravayet Mandam. Then we have to drain the supernatant liquid portion. Sabhakto Maduro Lagu. That is known as Bhakta. It will be Madura and in Lagu in nature. Then Annaha Panchagune Toye, according to Sushrutam Sutram, Dalhana Vyakya. Then Sudaudam Tandulan Svidam Stoye Panchagune Pajet, according to Bhapragasha. That is, we have to wash the rice. Sudaudam Tandulan Panchagune Pajet, we have to add 5 parts of water, and Svidam, you have to drain the liquid. Then Siddham Dashagune Toye Tandulebhyaha Parisrudam. That is, we have to cook the rice with 10 times of water and drain the liquid. That is according to Kayyadeva Nigandu. So try to study the reference from Shargadhara Samhita and quote this difference of opinion. Okay. Now let's discuss the types of anna according to the method of preparation. According to method of preparation, two types are there, that is Sudhavda Prasrada Swinnam and Adhavda Aprasrada Swinnam. So let's discuss the difference, how the method of preparation is different in these two types. That is Sudhavda. Dhavda means washing. Sudhavda means properly washed. So if the rice is properly washed and cooked and prasrudaha and the liquid portion is drained. Prasrudaha means draining. Then it is known as Sudhavda Prasruda Svinna. So if you are properly washing the rice and then cooking and then the liquid portion is drained, it is known as Sudhavda Prasruda Svinnam. And in the opposite case, that is if you are not washing it and then cooking it, and then what we are doing, we are not draining at all, then it is known as Adhavda Aprasruda Svinnam. So this is the two types of anna according to the method of preparation. Bhaktam Dvividam, that is two types of bhakta is there. They are Sudhavda Prasrudam, Adhavda Aprasrudam cha. Yed Sudhavda Prasrudam tacha Chadurdasha Gune Jale Sadhyam. That which is Sudhavda Prasrudam is cooked in 14 times of water, and the other thing, that is Adhavda Aprasrudam cha Panjagune iti bhavaha. The next type, that is Adhavda Aprasruda, there the ratio of water should be 5 times. This is according to the Vyakya of Sharngadhara, that is Deepika Vyakya. If we go through the properties of these two types, that is Dhautastu Vimalaha, devoid of any impurities, that is pure. Then Dhautastu Vimalaha Shuddho Manojnyaha Surabhi, it will be having a good order. Samaha Swinnaha Suprasrudastu Ushno Vishadastu Odano Lagu, according to Sushrudacharya. It will be Vishada and Lagu, that is Suprasruda. Then second variety, that is Adhavdo Aprasrudo Aswinna Shidaschapi Odano Guru. It will be Guru in nature. The Adhavda Aprasruda Anna variety will be Guru in nature. Now, according to Bhojana Kutuhalam, 6 variants of Anna Kalpana is mentioned. That is Paramannam, Haridranam, Dadyannam, Krisarodanam, Gudodanam, Mudganam. Ityannam Shadvidam Smritam. Paramannam means there in all these preparations rice is adding, the extra ingredients is only mentioned here. That is, in case of Paramannam, it is similar to a ghee or payasam preparation. That is, here we are adding milk, sugar. And Haridranam we are preparing or cooking it in buttermilk, and in Dadyannam, from the name itself we can get, that is curd. Then Krisarodanam, Krisara means indicating the pulses, so there we are adding pulses and cooking along with rice. Then Gudodanam means we are adding ghee, banana, etc. to the rice. And Mudganam, there we are cooking rice with along with the mudga. There is a ratio mentioned for Mudganam. We have to take 3 parts of rice and 1 part of mudga in order to prepare Mudganam. So these are the 6 variants of anna according to Bhojana Kutuhalam. Paramannam, Haridranam, Dadyannam, Krisarodanam, Gudodanam cha Mudganam, Ityannam Shadvidam Smritam. Now let's consider Krishara. Krishara is considered to be a variant of Yavagu Bedaha. Then here along with the rice, Mudga or Masha, Tila, etc. are added. That is the difference. So while considering the nutritive value compared to Yavagu, it will be more nutritive. That is, it will contain protein and other nutritive items also. That is, in case of Yavagu, it is only carbohydrate, isn't it? So Krishara will be much more nutritive in nature. Here a little amount of Sneha, Saindhava Lavana ardraga, hingu and haridra are added to the preparations. The mixture is cooked in a vessel with 6 parts of water. Since it is a Yavagu Beda, we have to add how many times of water? How many parts of water? 6 parts of water. Then until all the rice particles are cooked and the preparations attain a solid consistency. You know, the in Shargadhara Samhita, the proportion of ingredients is not mentioned. So in the Vyakyana it can be taken as rice is to mudga or masha is to tila in the ratio 2 is to 1 is to half. That is, if we are taking 2 part of rice, we have to take half, that is 1 part of mudga or masha, and compared to that half part of tila. So this can be the ratio if we are going to prepare krishara. This preparation is also known as kicha and kichadi. And this is very famous in some parts of India. That is by adding this green gram and other pulses to the rice and cooking. So this is the reference from Shargadhara Samhita. Krishara ghana tanduler mudge mashishcha tiler va satita hita. So we are adding along with tandula, that is tila, mudga and masha are adding. Then we are cooking. So yavagureva krishara, tila tandula masha krita yavagureva krishara. So you should keep in mind that krishara is a yavagu bedaha. The properties of krishara are Kapha Pitta Gari Balya Krishara Anila Nashini. Krishara is specifying Vata and increasing Kapha and Pitta. It is used both internally and for external application. It is used as a dravya for Sankara Sweda as mentioned by Charaka Acharya. Sankara Sweda means it is a kind of Pinda Sweda, you know. Shastika Pinda Sweda is the Patra Botala Swedam. All those comes under this Pinda Swedam, that is Kiri. Here we can use this Krishara in this potali and used for Sweda. And Sushruta also mentioned Krishara for Pinda Sweda. Now let's consider the next Kalpana, that is Yusha. Yusha, it is prepared from Shimbhi Dhanya. Shimbhi Dhanya means those dhanya which is we are getting from pods or which are obtaining from pods and composing mainly, that is pulses. The group of dhanya, that is mudga, masura, etc. comes under Shimbhi Dhanya. And here if we are cooking this Shimbhi Dhanya and the liquid part obtained on cooking this is known as Yusha. Mainly 2 types of Yusha is there, that is Aushadha Siddha Yusha and Ahara Yusha. According to Sushruta, Ahara Dravyam Mudga Masuradi Kritam. That is the definition given by Sushruta. It is a Yusha is a Ahara Dravya and it is prepared from Mudga and Masura. Mudga, Masura, etc. Then Dhanyadi Kwadam Yusham according to Charaka. So the Kwada prepared from Dhanya is known as Yusha. Yushaha Kinchid Ghanas Tada according to Sharangadhara Samhita. While compared to Peya, Yusha is a little bit much thicker. Now let's consider Ahara Yusha. How we are going to prepare this Ahara Yusha. According to Sharangadhara Acharya, the same ratio of Peya is using in case of Ahara Yusha. That is, we have to cook it in 14 times of water. But according to Kashyapa, Kashyapacharya mentioned 14 times or 18 times of water. And according to Yogaratnagara, 18 times of water is mentioned. So this difference of opinion you should keep in mind. That is 14 times according to Kashyapa, 14 or 18 times, and Yogaratnagara 18 times of water. Let's consider the reference from Kashyapa Samhita. Chadurdasha gune toye ashtadasha gune adava. That is 14 times or 18 times of water. Ishad brishtam tu vidalam paktva yusho ardhasheshidam. We have to take the pulse. We have to take either mudga or masura. Then we have to just fried it and remove the outer covering vidalam. Then we have to cook that and by adding either 14 or 18 tons of water, and we have to reduce to half. This Ardhasheshidam reference is only seen in Kashyapa Samhita. In other references from Samhita, if we go through that, there is no ratio, that is, or no reduction ratio mentioned. So this Ardhasheshidam is mentioned in Kashyapa Samhita only. Now let's consider Aushadha Yusha. We have discussed before, that is Ahara Yusha. Now let's discuss the Aushadha Yusha. That is, here Aushadha Dravya should be taken. Dravya Kalka should be 1 pala. Shundi Churna and Pipali Churna half karsha each. And karsha is 12 gram. So half karsha means 6 gram. Then we have to cook that in 1 prastha of jala. So all the above said ingredients are taken in a clean stainless steel vessel and placed over mandagni and cooked until a thin gruel is obtained. We have to filter that and use only the liquid portion. Kalka dravya palam shundi pipalicha ardha karshigi. Ardha karshigi. Because of the tikshnata of shundi and pipali, the ratio is that much reduced. Ardha karshigi. Then variprasthena vipachet sadravo yusha uchyade. You have to add 1 prastha of water and cooked. That is known as yusha. Then again, depending on the method of preparation, we can divide this into 2 types. That is akrita yusha and krita yusha. Kritam means we are doing certain samskaras on Yusha, but that is by adding sneha like grida, and certain fine powders of selected drugs or aromatic drugs will be adding. Then it will be become Krita Yusha. On the other hand, if we are taking the simply Mudga Masura Adi Kritam Yusham, Kritam liquid only, without doing any samskarana with sneha or fine powders, then it is known as what? Akrita Yusha. So this is the line of difference between Krita Yusha and Akrita Yusha. Asneha lavanam sarvam akritam katukir vina vijneyam lavana sneha katukeihi samyutam kritam. This is the reference from Sushruta Samhita. Now the properties of Yusha: Yusho balyo laghu ruchya kanta kafapaha. This is the reference from Yoga Ratnagara. There is a slight difference in this reference when we go through the Shargadhara Samhita. That is all Yusha in there. Also Yusha is kafapaha, that is Yusho balyas tada kantyo lagu pagaha kafapaha according to Shargadhara. Now let's discuss the 2 variants of Yusha, that is Gada Kampaligau Yusha Vishesho. Gada and Kampaliga. These are special preparations of Yusha prepared by Takra or Dadi and adding any Dhanya Vishesha. That is, both are Vata Kapha Shamana and Hridya. Gada Kampaligau Hridya Tada Vata Kaphe Hitau. That is, they are indicated in Vata Kaphaja conditions. According to Bhavapragasha, Mudga Yushaha Rasam Takram Dhanya Jiraka Samyutam Saindavam Sahidam Gada Yusha Idi Smrudam. That is, if we are taking Mudga Yusha and to that Takra, Dhanya, Jiraka, etc. are added, and the Saindava is also added. Such a kind of preparation is known as Gada or Gada Yusha according to Bhavapragasha. And it is classified into 2, that is Gada is of 2 types: Satakra Shami Dhanya Gada and Satakra Shakha Gada. So This Gada and Kambaliga mainly asked in your university exam for short notes, that is for 3 marks question. So you should note the line of difference between these two. Here in case of Gada we are using Takra as the base. So depending on the ingredients it is divided into Satakra, Shamidhanya Gada and Satakra, Shaga Gada. Takra is there, but the next that is the ingredients adding is different, that is Shamidhanya and Shaga. If we go through this Satakra, Shamidhanya Gada, Satakrani, Shamidhanyani, Snigdhani, Sangrahani, Gadani. They are Snigdha and Sangrahana in nature. Satakrani, Shamidhanyani, Gada. They are prepared with Shamidhanya and milk, buttermilk. Shamidhanya, you know, that is the pulses or Shamidhanya, Mudga, etc. comes under this Shamidhanya variety. Okay. Now let's discuss Satakra, Shagha Gada. Here Shaka vargas like Charngeri, Kapita etc. are added. That is why it is known as what? Satakra Shagha Gada. Satakra Shakastu Kapita Takra Charngeri Marija Ajaji Chitrakaihi Supakvaihi Gadayusho Ayam. So buttermilk is taken and it is processed with Charngeri, Kapita, Marija, Jeeraga and Chitraga etc. That is known as Satakra Shaga Gada. So Gada Kambaligau Yusha Vishesho, you should note that. Then Gada is of two types, that is Satakra Shamidhanya Gada and Satakra Shaga Gada. Satakra Shamidhanya Gada consists of Shamidhanya, and in case of Satakra Shaga Gada, their buttermilk is processed with what? This Charngeri, Kapita and some Marija, Ajaji, Chitraga like drugs are also added to that. So these preparations are similar to our pulisheri in Kerala recipe. We are cooking buttermilk with certain vegetables. Okay, Mambala pulisheri, that is like that. We are familiar with these preparations, but this term will not be familiar to us. That is Satakra, Shaga Gada, Shamidhanya Gada, etc. Okay, got it? Now let's discuss Kambaliga. Kambaliga is also Yusha Vishesha. So, Yusham Dadi Lavana Tiladi Kritaha Ishad Amlaha according to Charaka. That is, Kambaliga is prepared with the curd. There, in case of Gada, we are using what? Takra. Here, Dadi is using. Even Dadi Mastu is using. Dadi Mastu means what? It is the clear, supernatant or watery portion we can see in when we kept this curd for a little bit of time. So that is whey. We will call it as whey. Then here what we are doing, we are adding mudga, masha etc. and cooked in whey. Then it is to be churned well by adding certain drugs. We have to add savarchala lavana, ajaji means jeeraga, then amla dravyas like bija puraga, then sugandha dravyas like trijada etc. Then we have to churn it well. Then this is known as what? Kambaliga. So this is also this is a drink, we can say like that. Okay, that is a type of yusham. The reference is Dadi Mastu Amla Siddhastu Yushaha Kambalika Smrita. So we are using what? Dadi Mastu. Dadi Mastu Amla Siddhastu. We are adding certain Amla Dravyas also. Kambalika Smrita. Punaha Sauvarchala Ajaji Bija Puraga Saurabehi. We are adding, then we are cooking this drugs with the means the mudga, masha etc. in Dadi Mastu, and then we are adding what? We are adding Savarchala Lavana, Ajaji, Bija Puraga etc. and the Saurabha or aromatic drugs are added. Then we have to do churning. So first we have to cook, then we have to do churning. Samyojha Madidaha Swachchaha Esha Kampaligo Bhaved. So this is the method of preparation of Kambaliga. So in your exam these questions may be coming for 3 marks or in case of Yusha, you have to write all these things. Yusha, the types, that is Aushadha Yusha is there, Ahara Yusha is there, the method of preparation you have to explain. Then as these are two Yusha Vedas, you have to also note, write these their types also. And we have to discuss Takra Kalpana, and there we have to study this thing also, because these are a variant of Takra Kalpana also. So in this session we have studied what? We have studied Yavagu, what are the types of Yavagu. Then we have studied Vilepi. Then Anna Kalpana, we have detailed the types of Anna, and according to method of preparation we have discussed the types. Then we have discussed the Krishara. So apart from Yavagu, it is considered to be much nutritive. Then we have discussed the Yusha. Then we have discussed the its Vedas like a Gada and Kambalika. So if you have any doubts regarding this topic, feel free to ask. And in the next session we will be dealing with the Takra Kalpana and some smaller preparations explained in our classics. Okay, so thank you for your patient listening.